have a shaft here which is made up of mild steel. So the shaft material is mild steel, and it requires to transmit a power of 100 kilowatt. So the power that it requires to transfer is 100 kilowatt at 300 rpm. The supported length of the shaft is 3 meters. That is, the shaft is having a length of 3 meters, the span of the shaft, and it carries two pulleys, each weighing 1500 newton. So the weight of the pulley, each pulley is 1500 newton, which is supported at a distance of 1 meter from the ends of the shaft. Right. So the total length of the shaft is 3 meter. So we have a shaft here. So this is 3 meters. So the ends are supported. So this length is 3 meter. Now from this end at a distance of 1 meter there is a pulley. So this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter, and we have a pulley here. So this will be the load that will be acting due to the pulley, and there will be a load that will be acting due to the pulley. So if you represent this as a shaft, it will be like this. So this is your shaft which is supported by bearings, and there are two pulleys, one at this end, the other at this end. So this is 1 meter, this is 1 meter and the total length of the shaft is 3 meter. Now we transmit 100 kilowatt at 300 rpm. Now the weight of the pulleys is 1500 newton. Find the diameter of the shaft for a safe value of stress. So they didn't give us the value of stress, rather they have asked to take the safe value of stress. So we can assume tau is equal to around 50 to 60 newton per mm square. Right, for mild steel. For mild steel we can assume between 50 to 60 newton per mm square. So using this tau value we will be finding the diameter. Now we already know the formula, that is d is equal to 16t by pi tau the whole power 1 by 3. But the difference here is we have both bending and shearing, because we have the torque that is acting. From the power you could find the value of torque. We also have a bending load acting because of the weight. Now in general the pulleys will be used to transfer the power, but here they didn't mention any data regarding the power transferring through the pulley. We directly have the torque that is acting. So we will only consider the load that is acting due to the pulley. So the weight that is acting due to the pulley is 1500 newton. Each pulley is of weight 1500 newton. So let me take this as A, B, C and D. So we have A, B, C, D. So there will be a reaction at A and there will be a reaction at B, using which we will be finding the load acting at the reaction points, that is A and D. With the help of that we will be finding the bending moment. Now by recollecting the concept you have learned in your engineering mechanics and the strength of material, now if you take this load diagram, we have a downward load acting at B at C. So the total load epsilon V equal to 0. By taking epsilon V equal to 0, we have 1500 plus 1500 is equal to RA plus RB, because these two are opposite. So we will be having it as minus RA minus RB. I have taken it to the other side. So these two upward force should be equal to the net downward force, so that the resultant is 0. Considering that, I have my RA plus RB is equal to 3000 Newton. So this is one of the equation. Now since there are two unknowns, I need one more equation to solve this. That's where we use bending moment at any point. So bending moment at A equal to 0. Considering bending moment at A equal to 0, this RA will not produce any bending moment, because it is the same load acting at the same point. Since it is acting at the same point, there will not be any bending moment. So considering the value of the other loads, this is a clockwise bending moment, this is a clockwise bending moment, this is anti-clockwise bending moment. So taking the clockwise on one side, 1500 into 1, 1500 into the distance 1, plus again another 1500 into this distance is 2. Out of total 3, this is 2 meter.
Now this should be equal to RB into 3. That is my anti-clockwise bending moment. So by solving this, RB will get 4500 divided by 3, which is 1500 Newton. Now since RB is 1500 Newton, substituting this in the first equation, RA will be 1500 Newton.
Now again drawing the diagram with the known value. Now this is 1500, this is 1500. So all the loads are equal here, 1500 and 1000 by 500. Now this is A, this is B, this is C and D. I think this is how I'm taking it. Yeah, A, B, C and D. Now since A and D are the supports, the bending moment at A will be 0, the net bending moment, and the bending moment at D will be 0 because of the support points. Now we will have bending moment at C and we will also have bending moment at B. Now to find it, this is where you have to be careful. If you take bending moment on both the sides, it will cancel each other and the net bending moment will be 0. That's what we have used in the previous condition to find the reactions. So you have to either find the right hand side total effect or the left hand side total effect. They will be equal but opposite in direction. That's why it cancels and brings you the net bending moment as 0. So finding the bending moment at C here, since I have only one load at the right hand side, I am going to find the bending moment due to this load, which is 1500 into 1, which is 1500 Newton meter. The same way, if I find the bending moment at B, I'll have due to this load alone or the combination of this again, which will yield you the same result, is 1500 into 1, which is equal to 1500 Newton meter. So I have the bending moments acting at the various point. Now if you see, both has the same value. Bending moment at B and bending moment at C is same. So we could use any of the value. Otherwise we will take the largest value because we will be designing the shaft for the maximum load that is acting, so that we will get the maximum diameter that we have to use to have the shaft withstand the stress that is acting. Now to find it, we will use the equivalent torque equation, which is root of m square plus t square. So we have to find the torque from the power given. So the power that is given here is 100 kilowatt. So power is equal to 100 kilowatt at n is equal to 300 rpm. So T is equal to 60p by 2 pi n, which is equal to 60 into 100 into 10 to the power 3, converting kilowatt into watts, divided by 2 into pi into 300. This will give me my torque in Newton meter. I should always substitute my torque in Newton mm, as I am going to have tau in terms of Newton mm. So this will be converted into 10 to the power 3 Newton mm. Now the equivalent torque is equal to root of this value of t square plus 1500 into 10 to the power 3, because we have 1500 in terms of Newton meter. So 1500 Newton meter is converted into 1500 into 10 power 3 Newton mm the whole square, which will be in terms of Newton mm. Now substituting this value in the formula, d is equal to 16t by pi tau the whole power 1 by 3, we will find the value of d in terms of mm. So that will be the diameter of the shaft that is required to withstand this particular load without failure. Thank you.